Hey guys, what's happening? It is Thursday, July 23rd. Really early morning hours here. I haven't gone to bed yet. My normal routine is about 8 a.m. to go to sleep. I know that sounds weird, but when you work nights, that's what you get used to. First up, new release and one other pickup, both at GameStop. New release was Onichan-bara Z2 Chaos. I've already played about 4 hours of it. A lot of fun, ridiculously over the top. If you don't know the series, it's barely clothed ladies in bikinis, swords, chainsaws are their main weapons. Lots of combos, lots of special attacks. It's actually pretty slick. I'm actually pretty impressed with this. It's in terms of combat very similar to the Dynasty Warriors series. You have a few more upgrades than what you would get in those, and that's in the Dynasty Warriors series. Lots of fun though so far, and this is the Banana Split limited edition. Comes with an art book, soundtrack, and downloadable costumes, and the costumes are ridiculous. I'll just leave it at that. The other pickup I got over at GameStop, because I've had a hard time tracking down just the regular version, and I wanted to play New Super Luigi U, but they had this. This is New Super Mario Brothers U and with New Super Luigi U. Really wanted to play this. This is really getting tough to find. My Power-Up Rewards discount brought it down to $56, which, and it's a used copy. I could not find it anywhere. New copies were upwards of $75. So it must be out of print, as Nintendo does from time to time. Then it was over to Rock 30, who has their trade-in week, and with all the trade-in stuff I turned in, I had $191 in trades, and so I got some stuff that's definitely getting tougher to find. And first up, that is White Knight Chronicles 2. Haven't dug into part 1 very much, but I'm told part 2 addresses the sort of grindy combat and trudging along combat of that. Up next, Spider-Man: Web of Shadows. Absolutely loved Friend or Foe. Didn't get into these that much, but I'm excited to play these and see what they're like. And they're definitely getting tougher to find. These are not cheap by any means. You know, they were $30 a piece used, but the stuff I traded in, I spent about $45 on and got $191 in trade credit, so that was pretty cool. Then Spider-Man: Shattered Dimensions, and then one that has the endorsement of Wade out at Rock 30. This is Captain America: Super Soldier. I wanted it for the 360, but they had a PS3 copy in store, so I grabbed that. Then one that I'm super excited to get. I'll have to track down a manual for it because I actually already have. I just have to order it. But this is Magna Carta: Tears of Blood. Absolutely love Magna Carta 2. Probably one of the more underrated games on the 360 is Magna Carta 2. A lot of people overlooked it. Sort of, how do I put it? Strategic, real-time RPG. The combat is in real time. But you have to make sure your characters don't overheat, because then their attacks become less powerful, and eventually they will pass out, as it were. So, then, 2 definitely hard to find games for my Xbox collection. That is Digimon 4, Digimon World. This one's certainly getting tougher to find. I believe this one was about, this one's like $25, but then the big one, the expensive one of the 2 that I picked up is Digimon Rumble Arena 2. This one's like a $65, $70 game. Getting harder and harder to find. Glad to put it into the Xbox collection. All told, I owed Rock 30 like $18 after I picked up all these, because these are all games that are getting tougher to find. So I was glad to add all those to the collection. Then, Best Buy is having another blowout on 360 and PS3 games. So I picked up 4 360 games that I do not have. First one is Falling Skies, the game. I've seen middling reviews on this, but I've also been told it's a poor man's excuse me, a poor man's XCOM. Enemy Unknown or Enemy Within. So I'm looking forward to trying it out. Apparently there's a ton of side quests in here and whatnot. Know very little about it other than it's based on the Falling Skies series, TV show my girlfriend absolutely loves. Then I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Danger of the Ooze. And then one that I'm really excited to play, probably more so than anything else I've got right now, that I picked up today, and that is Armored Core 5 Verdict Day. This one looks amazing. I have not played it. I don't know a ton about the Armored Core series. I remember there was one on the PS2 that I really liked, and I can't remember if that was the original Armored Core or not, but after watching a lot of YouTube video with this, I was pretty impressed with what I saw, so I'm excited to play that. Then, last but not least, clearance and my Gamers Club Unlocked. This came to $48. This is Metal Gear Rising Revengeance Collector's Edition. It comes with a high-frequency plasma lamp, which contains the sword that they use in the game. So I'm going to do an unboxing video of this right after this, but super duper excited to get this. It allowed me to trade in my original copy of Revengeance, so I'm glad to get that. The only problem I have is there's a dent in the box, but oh well. Then the stuff that I picked up at Goodwill, a lot of it, or at the thrift stores in town, a lot of it I used for trade-in stuff, and I had a rummage sale pickup of 2 Sega Master System games. One of them happened to be Phantasy Star. I have no intentions of starting to collect for the Sega Master System. It's just a system I didn't play as a kid, and not that there isn't fantastic games on there. I just don't have time for that one. As you can see behind me, all the stuff that I already have. So I picked up Phantasy Star for $1 and turned that into, like, I think it was $39 in trade credit at Rock 30, so that was well worth it. It was over to Goodwill, and I had a couple of pickups there. One is Hot Shots Tennis for the PS2, and the other is Need for Speed Underground for the PS2. Then it was over to the Salvation Army, and the thumbsticks were really weird on here, like they'd been rubbed, but these controllers are in terrific shape. The buttons are still firm. The triggers are still springy. The shoulder buttons are still springy. So I don't know if they just had weird wear or shelf wear or something, because the sticks don't feel like they were that used. But I had to replace the tops with those gel tabs. But point being, I got 2 wireless 360 controllers for $7.99 each. So for $16, you're not going to even find those that cheap at a pawn shop. So they're tested, they work. So yeah, I'm glad to get them. I'm going to have to clean them up. They're a little bit gross in terms of they have a lot of gunk on them, but at least they need to be cleaned up. This is one area when people clean their controllers, I don't know how well they'll pick it up. Right there, the seam that runs along the side of the controllers, the amount of crud that builds up there is absolutely disgusting. What I do is take a toothpick and one of those Zeiss lens wipes for your glasses, and just run it in that groove there and get all the loose dirt and grime and crud and whatnot out of there. Then it was eBay pickups. There were 16 games in this lot that I picked up for $26. There was only 4 games I wanted to keep. I turned the rest into trade stuff at Rock 30. First up is Malice. Kind of a bizarre game. This was originally a game that Microsoft was touting for the original Xbox, and eventually at a point in development, Microsoft just didn't like what they saw, and so they dumped it, and it ended up being on the PS2, and I believe PS2 only. I don't think it came out on any other platform. Then Unlimited Saga, McFarlane's Evil Prophecy, Todd McFarlane of Spawn fame, and really badass Toys fame. Then last but not least out of that lot, the one thing that I really wanted to get is Full Metal Alchemist 2, Curse of the Crimson Elixir. The bonus DVD is not in here. I could care less about that. The game is. It's in terrific shape. I might at some point try to track down the DVD so I have a complete copy of it, but as it stands, that was it out of that lot. Then the rest of my eBay pickups were brand new copy of Lost Planet, Collector's Edition. I had to track this down twice because the first one just came with the steelbook, and as you know, as a collector, this outer sleeve to me is actually important. You might say, why? Well, it's part of the package, and it actually does make a difference to me because all it is a steelbook that has this. You would not know that this is even a 360 game upon looking at it if you didn't know. So this sleeve actually makes a difference to me. Comes with an art book, bonus CD, wallpapers, etc. The DLC is probably still good on this. I could care less. I doubt there's anybody playing the multiplayer for that. Then, last minute auction. Picked this up for the 360. I now have a copy for both 360 and PS3, and I'm super excited, as I've said before, for the sequel. This is Nier. Platinum Games is doing the sequel, so really excited for that. Then, this was also a last-minute auction. No one had bid on this. Ended up getting it for 99 cents plus $2 in shipping, so for $2.99 I got Xbox Live Arcade Unplugged. Big thing on here is that Bejeweled 2 and Geometry Wars Retro Evolved. Those two games alone make it worth that much. There's also Wick, Fable of Souls, and Hardwood Backgammon, Outpost Kaloki X, and Texas Hold'em Poker. And there's a free month of Xbox Live included in here, which they must have redeemed because the card is here, but the tab is pulled. I was going to put the code on there in case anybody wanted it. Then I was just kind of going through. This guy had a massive blowout at his must sell used video games. His name has something to do with computers in the title. So he must, I bet he dabbles in a little bit of all sort of, computers, video games, etc. He's out of Cleveland. Super nice guy. Emailed me, said, hey, my store constantly has stuff revolving in. Let me know if there's anything you're looking for before I put it on eBay, and we can work out a deal that way. So super duper nice guy, and these came well packed. Each one of them bubble wrapped, then put in a bubble mailer, then put in a bigger bubble mailer. So this guy didn't fuck around when it came to the packaging, which, as you guys know, I truly appreciate. First up, Earth Defense Force. I don't know why I never bought this. This came out the summer that I had my gastric bypass, so I played a lot of this when I couldn't be at work. It was surgery and then 6 weeks off of work. Same goes with this game. Never beat this, and I don't know why, but The Darkness also. So I have sort of some nostalgia for these games. They were kind of when there's not much you can do but walk and listen to music and play video games when you're recovering from surgery. So I'd go for a walk every day and then play video games, and that was it. Then this one has sort of a weird sort of cult following. I see some of the YouTube videos have an insane amount of views for this game, and that's Hail to the Chimp, the presidential party game. Every time I see it, I'm always intrigued by it. And then last but not least, this is not a good game. I'm actually told it's one of the worst games to come out on the 360. And since it was $3, I figured, what the hell, I want to see how bad this actually is, and that is Vampire Rain. So yeah, all in all, pretty awesome week of pickups. The Rock 30 trade-in week actually runs through this Saturday, so take advantage of that. If you go into Rock 30, you get trade-in bonus. I believe it's $5 at $20, $10 at $40. I can't remember. All I know is that I traded in enough stuff to get it at the $50 level, so that was pretty exciting. Being that this is a relatively short video compared to some of my recent ones, I'll do a quick recap. So I got Armored Core 5 Verdict Day, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Danger of the Ooze, Falling Skies the game, new Super Mario Bros. U plus new Luigi U, the one new release of the week, Oni-Chanbara Z2 Chaos. Actually played a lot of it already, a lot of fun. Then Metal Gear Rising Revengeance Collector's Edition. My good buddy Mitch will probably be a little bit jealous. He absolutely loves the Metal Gear series. Then Vampire Rain, Hail to the Chimp, The Darkness, Earth Defense Force 2017, Xbox Live Arcade Unplugged, Near, and I didn't say it, this is actually, I don't know if I said it, this is actually sealed in box, brand new, Lost Planet Extreme Condition. Now that I have all three of them, I might do a retrospective look back at the Lost Planet series. I don't feel that that series got a fair shake. To be fair, it was all over the place from one game to the next, but I felt that there was something there that you had to actually play the game to appreciate. So, Full Metal Alchemist 2, The Curse of the Crimson Elixir, McFarlane's Evil Prophecy, Unlimited Saga, Malice, Digimon Rumble Arena 2, Digimon World 4, Magna Carta Tears of Blood, Captain America Super Soldier, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, Spider-Man Web of Shadows, White Knight Chronicles 2. As I drop one, but I got a pair of 360 controllers. I didn't show the second one because I dropped it. And then Need for Speed Underground and Hot Shots Tennis. My game room tour is officially coming next week, probably late next week. I got a camera. I had purchased a camera on eBay that I'd been looking for. It's the Kodak PlayTouch ZI-10. It's a really slick camera. Films in 1080p. Blah blah blah. Well, I tracked one down and purchased it on the 2nd of July. As of today, it had not shown up, or yesterday. So, after sending the gentleman who I purchased it from 6 emails, and none of them vicious or mean, I'm just saying, hey, where's it at? Can you help me out? Because all his tracking number said, and I've sold enough on eBay to know that this means it hasn't been sent to the post office. It just said, pre-shipment label created, system will update once item is picked up or dropped off. Something to that effect. I know for a fact that that means, and I think anybody that sees this video and has sold on eBay before knows that that means that hasn't shipped out. And I said to him, I know it's a pawn shop that he runs, and I said, maybe one of your employees just forgot to drop it off. Can you check into it for me? At no point was I belligerent or rude or used inappropriate language with him at all. I just was like, hey, I still want this. I paid $57 for it for just the camera, nothing else. Obviously, I wanted it. Can you help me out? No response, no response, no response. Finally, at about 10 o'clock last night, he refunded my money. No response. It actually took me leaving him negative feedback to get some sort of response, and it shouldn't have to go that far. All he had to do is look into where did it get shipped to, or where is it, because it clearly didn't get shipped out. Even when I click on the tracking number now, even after he's refunded the money, it still says it's in pre-shipment phase, which means that it probably didn't get shipped out. And all you need to know is that this seller is out of South Dakota, and I'm Nodak Nate, so for those of you who don't know, that's short for North Dakota. The amount of time from where he is to where I am, I could have walked there and picked it up myself. So he had no explanation. So I finally tracked down another one of those cameras, complete in box, and actually a better deal because I think they had it mislabeled in their auction heading. Anyway, I tracked down another one. It will be here sometime, probably tomorrow, Friday, or possibly Monday. Track that down. I will get my game room tour put together. I rearranged all my stuff, put some new storage in the basement to handle basically my PSP games. They don't get played a ton, so I'm not going to keep them on display. Same goes with my Atari 2600 stuff. I'm probably going to do a video on the Atari 2600 mod because I'm going to upgrade it to a composite or maybe S-Video. I'll see. Which I know the S-Video one is a bit more complicated, but I'm not the handiest guy in the world, but I'm fairly competent with a soldering iron, so I'm going to try to do that mod on... I have two 2600s, so if I blow one up, I still have the original one that's not going to fall apart on me. So, thanks for watching. Game room tour late next week. Still pushing for my 50th subscriber, so if you know people that you can recommend my channel to, you know the drill. Once I get to 50, someone will win either a $50 gift card to the PlayStation Network, $50 gift card to the Xbox Live, Xbox Live, cash, whatever you want to call it, $50 to the Nintendo eShop, or $50 to Steam. There's been a couple of people who said you're giving away $50 for each of those. No. It's $50 of one of those for your choice. And once I get to 50, I'll pick a random person and I will email you the code or private message you the code. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next week, guys.